أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome to Understand Al-Quran the Easy Way course to page 3.A. We saw each use has 4 parts and each parts have 5 pages. The first 5 pages 1 to 5. Now we are studying in this QC2 which have Surah Al-Fatiha and the 1 to 37 mean 37 ayahs of Surah Al-Baqarah. The next 5 pages 6 to 10 inshallah we will study in QC3 from 38 to 76 39 ayahs. The third 5 pages 11 to 15 inshallah we will study in QC4 from 77 up to 105 mean the 29 ayahs. And the last 5 pages that is 16 to 20 inshallah we will study in QC5 from 106 up to 141 36 ayahs. There are 141 ayahs in Surah Al-Baqarah first juz. So inshallah we will complete them in QC5. These 5 pages they have the mentioning of Hadaya, Muttaqeen, Kafirin, Munafiqeen, Dawatul Quran, and some parts of the story of the Hazrat Adam alayhi salam. Let's to revise the pointers for the page first. Praise for Allah, dua for guidance, guidance for Muttaqeen, attributes of Muttaqeen. Once again, praise for Allah, dua for guidance, guidance for Muttaqeen, attributes of Muttaqeen. The pointer for the second page are no guidance for Kafirin, no guidance for Munafiqeen, corrupts and fool, double face. No guidance for Kafirin, no guidance for Munafiqeen because the corrupts and fools and double face. The brief pointer for the page 1 are praise, dua, guidance, attributes. Praise, dua, guidance, attributes. And the pointers for the second page brief are Kafirin, Munafiqeen, corrupt, double face. Kafirin, Munafiqeen, corrupts, double face. Let's see the pointers for the page 3rd. First example of Munafiqeen fire. Second example is rain. The third is Quran calls and fourth pointer is Quran's challenge. Let's keep them on the fingers. First example fire. Second example rain. Quran's calls, Quran's challenge. Let's revise. First example fire. Second example rain. Quran's calls, Quran's challenge. The brief pointer for the page 3rd are fire, rain, call, challenge. Fire, rain, call, challenge. Let's proceed the first pointers on the page 3. That is first example of fire. The first example of Munafiqeen is the fire. The link with the previous verses is Allah talked about Munafiqeen and their attributes so that we are aware of them and avoid their attributes. Now he presents first example of Munafiqeen. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم مثلهم كمثل الذي استوقد نارا فلما ضاعت ما حوله ذهب الله بنورهم وتركهم في الظلمات لا يبصرون صم بكم عمي فهم لا يرجعون. Their likeness is that of a person who kindled a fire. When it illuminated all around him, Allah took away their light and left them in darkness, unable to see. Deaf, dumb, blind, they will not return. Let's see the words coming in this ayah. Masal is a ism, is a zamir ism. اشتروا. اشتروا is a فعل عمل. اشترى يشتري اشتري. اشتروا is the فعل عمل. الضلالة الضلالة ألف لام is showing it's an ism and family. B is a harf. Al-Huda. Al-Huda is a ism. Hafa is a harf. Ma is a ism. Rabihat. It's a madi verb because ta sakin is the sign of family. Just like Rabiha, Rabihu, Rabihta, Rabihtu, Rabihtum, Rabina, Rabihat. The next one is Tijaratu. Tijaratu is a ism we will see. Hum is a zamir ism. Waw is a harf. Ma is coming as a harf. Kanu is the mazi fail from kana, plural is kanu. Muhtadeen is a ism, masculine, plural, and common noun. Maslu we have saw is an ism. Hum is a zamir ism. Ka is a harf. Masal is again as a ism. Allazi is a ism masula ism. Istawkada is a madi verb. So there are few signs of the verb. When before the word, if come ya, ta, hamza, noon, kad, alif, sin, ta, sin, or sofa, then that word is a verb. Or after a word, if the ta with fatha, ta with dhamma, ta with kasra, or ta sakin, or the waw, alif, or noon, alif, or the noon mushaddad come, that is also the verb. The after coming sign, they show the madi, and the before they show the normally mudari. But at time they may be mazi soon. Just like istawkada, that is the madi. Nar is a ism because fatatan, double fatah is there. Fa is a harf, la is a harf, ma is a harf. Ada'at, again the madi verb, just like rabihat, ada'at. So the feminine madi verb. Mahawla. Mahawl is a ism. Who is a zamir ism. Zahaba is a madi verb. Allah ism jalala ism. B is a harf. Nur is a ism. Him is a zamir ism. Zahaba mean he went. But when we say Zahaba bi, then it becomes the phrase. Mean he took away. Waw is a harf. Taraka. Taraka is the madi verb. Is a zamir ism. Fi is a harf. Zulmatin. It's a ism and it's feminine. Plural because alif ta is coming at time. La is a harf. Yubsirun. Yubsirun is a mudari. But it having dhamma. When the dhamma comes, first we have to think over the mudari majhul. The last letter is ra. Waw nun is a plural sign. Before ra, there is swad. Swad is not having fatha, so it's not mudari majhul. The mudari majhul is that the sign of mudari have dhamma, and before the last letter there should be a fatha. So it's not having fatha, so it's not mudari majhul. The rest three reasons being a dhamma, they are in Mazid fi, we will study in QC3. Let's have another look, same ayah. Masalu is a ism, hum is a zamir ism, ka is a harf, masal is a ism, allazi is a ismi masula ism, istawkada is the madi verb, nara is a ism, fa is a harf, la is a harf, ma is a harf, ada'at the madi verb, ma hawla is a ism, hu is a zamir ism, zahaba is a madi verb, Allah ismi jalala ism, bi is a harf, nur is a ism, him is a zamir ism, waw is a harf, taraka is a madi verb, hum is a zamir ism, fi is a harf, zulmatin is a feminine plural ism, la is a harf, yubsirun is the mudari verb. Sumun is a again ism, bukmun is a ism, umyun is a ism, fa is a harf, hum is a zamir ism, la is a harf, yarji'un is the mudari verb. So the lesson learned from these ayahs, example of fire and the resulting light, Munafiqeen saw the light of Islam but did not accept it. Allah took away their light in the sight. A deaf, dumb, and blind person would come back to the truth. Look, the new words in each line, 255. On average, they are four, they are more, but it's in the beginning, you may have some more, but later on they will decrease. So word for word and the phrase for phrase translation and explanation of the ayah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Masalu, example, whom, there, call, like, masal, example, allazi, that one, istawkada, kindle, nara, fire, falamma, and then what happened? Istawkada, just on the stove, you know stove, that is again the burning fire is instrument. Falamma, when, adat, come or eliminated, mahol, around who, him, zahaba, took, Allah, binurihim, their light, watarakahum, and left them, fi zulumat, in the darkness, la yubsirun, they don't or they can't see. Let's have the explanation of this part. This example can be understood like this. When the Prophet Muhammad brought the light of guidance, good people accepted it. Munafiqeen choose not to accept it because of their wrong desires. Allah therefore took away their sight and left them in the darkness or the misguidance. Allah, somebody kindly revise this part if you want. Okay. Masaluhum, their example, kamaslil lazi, is that of one istawqada nara, kindled a fire. Falamma adat, then when it illuminated mahawlahu, what was around him, zahaballah, Allah took away binurihim, their light, watarakahum, and left them fi, in zulumatin, darkness, la yubsirun, they could not see. The next part is summun, deaf, bukmun, dumb, um'un, blind, fahum, so they, la yarjun, will not return. They don't hear the truth, they don't see the truth, they don't see the truth. These are the hardcore munafiqeens, no hope of their returning back. Sumun means no sound. Deaf and dumb, that is the blind and the deaf. Let's revise once again. Summun, deaf, bukmun, dumb, ummun, blind, fahum, so they, la yarjun, will not return. Let's revise the lessons once again. Example, the fire and the resulting light is, Munafiqin saw the light of Islam but did not accept it. Allah took away their light, means the sight. A deaf, dumb, and blind person won't come back to the truth. Let's pray. Oh Allah, Allahumma a'rinna al-haqqa haqqan warzuqna ittaba'a. Oh Allah, show us the truth as truth and give us the ability to follow it. Wa a'rinna al-batila batilan warzuqna ittaba'a. And show us the falsehood as falsehood and give us the ability to avoid it. Make a plan. I will always use my ears, tongue, and eyes to hear, see, and see the truth. The new words is masal and plural is amsal. Nur, plural is anwar. Zulma, plural is zulmat. The sound verb zahaba, yazhabu, izhab. Zahib, dash, zahab. Zahaba is the root letter, bab is fatah. Here the madi verb zahaba has been used. Taraka, yatruku, utruk. Tarikun, matrukun, tarkun. Taraka is the root letter, bab is nasara. Here the taraka, the madi verb has been used. Raja'a, yarja'u, irja. Rajim, marjun, rajun, or rujun. It have two masdar. Rajim and is the ruler, Babi daraba. Here it is yarji'una mudare. From yarji'u, plural yarji'una. So this is the Zahaba table. If somebody want, can revise the Zahaba table. Okay. Brother Wasim, you want, you can revise it.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa
Walaikum
barakatuh.
assalam, rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Bismillah. Zahaba, he went. Zahabu, they went. Zahabat, Zahabta, you went. Zahabtu, I went. Zahabtum, you went. Zahabna, we went. Zahabat, she went. Yazhabu, he goes. Yazhabuna, they go. Tazhabu, you go. Azhabu, I go. Tazhabuna, you all go. Nazhabu, we go. Tazhabu, she goes. Izhab, go. Izhabu, go you all. La tazhab, don't go. La tazhabu, you all don't go. Zahibun, they go. Zihabun, to go.
So let's have the next table, Taraka. Taraka, he quitted. Taraku, they quitted. Tarakta, you quitted. Taraktu, I quitted. Taraktum, you all quitted. Tarakna, we quitted. Tarakat, she quit. Yatruku, he quits. Yatrukuna, they quit. Tatraku, you quit. Atraku, I quit. Tatrakuna, you all quit. Natraku, we quit. Tatruku, she quits. Utruk, quit. Utruku, quit you all. La tatruk, don't quit. La tatruku, don't quit you. Tarikun, the quitter. Matrukun, the one quitted. Tarkun, to quit. So the next is Raja'a. Raja'a, he returned. Raja'u, they returned. Raja'ta, you returned. Raja'atu, I returned. Raja'atum, you all returned. Raja'na, we returned. Raja'at, she returned. Yarji'u, he returns. Yarji'una, they return. Tarji'u, you return. Arji'u, I return. Tarji'una, you all return. Narji'u, we return. Tarji'u, she return. Irja, return. Irja'u, return you all. La tarji'u, don't return. La tarji'u, don't return. Rajun, the one who returns. Marjun, the one returned. Rajun or Rujun, to return. So let's go for the grammar. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Welcome to Understand Al-Quran the Easy Way course to page 3.8. Today we will do the table of Amara. Amara is the verb which starts with Hamza. So it's a Hamza verb. On the pattern of our typical example, Fa'ala, he did, Fa'alu, they did, Fa'alta, you did, Fa'altu, I did, Fa'altum, you all did, Fa'alna, we did, Fa'alat, she did. Yafalu, he does, Yafaluna, they do, Tafalu, you do, Afalu, I do, Tafaluna, you all do, Nafalu, we do, Tafalu, she does. If I'll do, if Alu, do you all, La Tafal, don't do, La Tafalu, don't do, or file, doer, mafulun, the one who is effective, fail to do. So this is our typical example for all the sound verbs. So the amara, it is also a sound verb, though it's a hamza verb because it's have a hamza in it. We saw the sound verb pattern QC1, fataha, nasara, daraba, samia. For the weak verb, we learn the three sentences. Allah will give, it's a promise from the word give. Wahaba, he gave. Promise, wa'ada, he promised. In fact, he said he will give more. From the word said, qala, he said, give more, zada, he increased. Therefore, pray to him for guidance. From the word pray, da'a, he prayed. From the word guidance, ada, he guided. Have a good opinion, otherwise you will get lost. That was the fourth sentence for the repeated verbs. Zanna, he opinion. Dalla, he got lost. And there are the fourth group, Hamza group, Amara, Sana, Kara. So we got the four types of verbs. Sound verbs, the weak verbs, the repeated verbs, and the Hamza. So today we are studying Hamza verb, that is Amara. We know the weak letters are Waw, Ya, and Alif. And when they come in the Madi first form, then we know three things. The weak verbs are those which have the weak letter, just like Wahaba, Qala, and Hada. So the three things regarding the weak verb is, first, they follow the table on the pattern of sound verbs, just like Fataha, Yaftahu, Nasara, Yansuru, Daraba, Yadribu, Samiya. Second thing, they are weak, so they get tired. So what they do, either they disappear or change with each other. They work in a team. And third thing, that when you see a alif in the Mahdi, first form, so remember that is not the alif. That is either waw or ya. It has come in place of waw or ya. The example, for example, kala and da'a. You see there is a alif. Kala, alif, da'a have alif. But this is not alif, actually it's waw. In the same way, you say kada, there is alif. Zada, there is alif. Actually, it's not alif, it's ya. How? Look the root letters. The kala root letter is ka waw la. The da root letter is dal and waw. It means in kala and da, the alif is coming in place of waw. Look the root letter of kada. Kaf ya dal. Zada, za ya dal. It means in kada and zada, the alif is coming in place of ya. So the sound words are fataha, nasara, daraba, sami. And the weak verbs, Allah will give its promise. From the give wahaba, he gave. From promise wa'ada, he promised. In fact, he said he will give more. From the word said, qala, he said. From the give more, zada, he increased. Therefore, remember, or pray for guidance. From the pray, da, he prayed. From the guidance, hada, he guided. Now, today we will start with the Hamza word. Amara. Amara means he ordered, he enjoined, he commanded. Amara, he ordered. Amaru, they ordered. Amarta, you ordered. Amartu, I ordered. Amartu, you all ordered. Amarna, we ordered. Amarat, she ordered. Yes, if somebody can revise it. Okay. Amara, he ordered. Amaru, they ordered. Amarta, you ordered. Amartu, I ordered. Amartum, you all ordered. Amarna, we ordered. Amarat, she ordered. Hal amara, answer will the same. Nam amara. Hal amaru, nam amaru. Hal amarta, now the order changes. Nam amartu. Hal amartum, nam amarna. Now look the mudare. Ya'muru, he orders. Ya'muruna, they order. Ta'muru, you order. Amuru, I order. Ta'muruna, you all order. Na'muru, we order. Ta'muru, she orders. Hal ya'muru? Na'am ya. Hal ya'muruna? Nam ya'muru. Hal ta'muru? Na'am amaru. Hal ta'muruna? Nam na'am. هل يأمر بالصلاة؟ نعم يأمر بالصلاة. هل يأمرون بالصلاة؟ نعم يأمر بالصلاة. هل تأمر بالصلاة؟ نعم أمر بالصلاة. هل تأمرون بالصلاة؟ نعم نأمر بالصلاة. So make the amr, we need mudari. From amra, yamuru is the mudari. What we do, we remove the sign of mudari. At the same time, we change the last letter sakun. But now look, the hamza, it was supposed to be here. It gets dropped just like the weak letter. So here it behaves like weak letter. So that is the reason it is placed there. Though it is not a weak letter, but at some time it acts like a weak letters, correct? So mur is the amr. Amara yamuru mur. Mur, order. Muru, order you all. La tamur, don't order. La tamuru, don't order you all. Mur bis salah. Amru bis salah. Muru bis salah. na'muru bis-salah. La ta'mur, la a'mur. La ta'muru, la na'mur. La ta'mur bil munkar, la a'muru bil munkar. La ta'muru bil munkar, la na'muru bil munkar. Hal anta amir? Nam ana. Hal antum amirun? Nam nahnu amirun. Amir, the one who orders. Ma'mur, the one who is ordered. Amar, to order. So the Mazi table is Amara, he ordered. Amaru, they ordered. Amarta, you ordered. Amartu, I ordered. Amartum, you all ordered. Amarna, we ordered. Amarat, she ordered. So that is Yamru, he orders. Yamruna, they orders. Tamuru, you order. Amuru, I order. Tamuruna, you all order. Na'muru, we order. Tamuru, she orders. Mur, order. Muru, order you are. La tamur, don't order. La tamuru, don't order you are. Amir, the one who orders. Mamur, the one who is ordered. Amr, to order. So the 6 keys are Amara, he ordered. Yamuru, he orders. Mur, order. Amir, the one who orders. Mamur, the one who is ordered. Amr, to order. So to remember the weak words, these 3 sentences, they are helpful. Allah will give its promise. From the word give, wahaba, he gave. From the word promise, wa'ada, he promised. In fact, he said he will give more. From the word said, qala, he said. Give more, zada, he increased, he gave more. Therefore, pray to him for guidance. From the word pray, da'a, he prayed. From the word guidance, hada, he guided. So let's convert into Arabic. We ordered to pray. We ordered amarna, to pray bis-salah. Amarna bis-salah. Wa yaqtuna ma'amrullah biha yusala. Wa and yaqtuna, they cut or break ma what amarullah, Allah ordered bihi with an yusla, which should be joined. So, and they cut which Allah has ordered it to join. Hal ta'muruna bil ma'ruf, the answer will be na'muru bil ma'ruf. Ta'muruna will change into na'muru. On the pattern of amara, there is a word called akhaza. Akhaza, he took. Let's draw the table. Akhaza, akhazu, akhazta, akhaztu, akhaztu, akhazna, akhazat. What about mudare? Yakhuzu, yakhuzuna, takhuzu, akhuzu, takhuzuna, nakhuzu, hiya takhu. Amr, khuz, khuzu, la takhuz, la takhuzu, akhizun, makhuzun, akhuz. So this is the table. Akhaza, he caught. Akhazu, they caught. Akhazta, you caught. Akhaztu, I caught. Akhaztum, you all caught. Akhazna, we caught. Akhazat, she caught. Yakhuzu, he catches. Yakhuzuna, they catch. Takhuzu, you catch. Akhuzu, I catch. Takhuzuna, you all catch. Nakhuzu, we catch. Takhuzu, she catches. Khuz, catch. Khuzu, catch your. La takhuz, don't catch. La takhuzu, don't catch you. Akhizun, the one who catches. Makhuzun, the one who is caught. Akhzun, to catch. So we saw the sign of mudare. Sign of mudare is ya. Ya, it shows 2 things. Either it is huwa or hum. When it's single, it's huwa. Yafalu, it does. Yafaluna, they do. So here the hum comes. When the ta is also used for 2. Either it's for anta or antum. When it's single, tafalu, it means you anta. When you say tafaluna, it means you all antum. The next sign is hamza. It is only for one ana. Afalu, I do. The next is nun, that is also one, that is nahnu, nafal. Suppose I have got a verb, ja'ala. If I attach ya, yajalu, he makes. Yajaluna, they make. Taj'alu, you make. Taj'aluna, you all make. Ajalu, I make. Najalu, we make. It should be like this. The pair should be the ghaib, the second, and the first person. But in the dialogue, in the conversation, normally the response single is with the single, plural is finger for the plural. So we make the compounds mean the pairing. Third person, they are correct. For second person, we take the single with the first person, then the plural with the first person. That is the combination. Just like fataha, yaftahu, yaftahuna. Taftahu, instead of saying taftahuna, we say aftahu. Then we say plural taftahuna and we say naft. Ta'lamuna is a mudari verb because having the fatah and the dhamma on the last letter. You said last letter, it is not dhamma. Actually, vav nun is not the part of the fi'l, that is the plural sign. Remove this plural sign, the last letter is mim. Mim is showing dhamma. So the mudare actual sign is what? The mudare comes like that. The first letter should have fatah and the last letter should have dhamma. That is the sign of mudare. If I remove this part, vav nun, that is a plural sign. So the what is the last letter? Last letter is this mim. And it is having dhamma. And the first letter having fatah. Now you can see the first letter having fatah and the last letter having dhamma. So this is the sign of mudari. Talamuna is actually showing the first letter and the last letter dhamma. Let's have another example. Yansuruna. Of course, you will say vav nun is a plural sign. We will remove that plural sign, right? We remove this plural sign. So what is the last letter? Now last letter is this ra. And what is the sign on it? Dhamma. And the first letter, it is not showing the dhamma, the fatah, it is showing dhamma. So it means it's not like that. Though it is mudare, but it's not the normal mudare. It is maybe majhul. In majhul, the formula is that the sign mudare have dhamma and the last letter dhamma. Before the last letter, there is a fatah. That is the sign of majhul. This is called mudare majhul. So what is mudare majhul? The first letter should have dhamma and the letter before the last letter should have fatah. Now you compare here, you will find that this word is exactly showing this thing. What it is showing? It is showing dhamma and the fatah before the last letter. Exactly the same yuf'alu pattern, yunsaru. So it's a mudare majhul. This one is a mudare majhul. Now let's have another example. nu'minu. If I ask you, it's a mudare? Yes, because noon is coming. Is it a normal mudare, maruf? No, because it's having dhamma. Is it a majhul? For the majhul, what is the condition? The last letter, what is the last letter in this case? Last letter you see is noon. What is the letter before it? The before letter is this meme. Is meme having a fatah? No. So it is not mudari. We say it's not mudare majhul. So we will say it's not a mudare majhul because letter before the last letter not showing the fatah. Mudare majhul pattern is that it should have a dhamma, the last letter dhamma, and here should be a fatah. That is the important. It should have a fatah, it should have a dhamma. Here we see the dhamma, but we don't see here the fatah is missing. So it's not a mudare majhul. We will say it's not a mudare majhul. This was mudare majhul. Why it was mudare majhul? Because the first letter was showing dhamma and the letter before the last letter was showing fatah. The vav nun there, that is not the last letter. Last letter is wrong. So it is following this pattern. So we say it is on the pattern of you falu. So it's a mudare majhul. But this is not the mudare majhul because it's missing here the fatah before the last letter. Okay, there is another one. Azkuru. Azkuru is a normal mudare because the first letter fatah, the last letter dhamma, and before that, the letter it is having the dhamma, not the fatah, not the dhamma in the. So it's a normal pattern. The normal pattern of the mudare is what? There should be a fatah in the beginning and dhamma at the last. In the middle, whatever may come, that is not considered. Just like this. Fatah in the beginning and the last letter showing dhamma. The noon vav, that is the plural sign. But here in this case, you don't find fatah. Here in this case, you don't find here fatah. So they both are mudare. But this one is majhul, this one is not majhul. So let's have another example of mudare. Yazunnuna. Is it a mudare or not? It's a maruf mudare or the majhul or not? Which one is? It's mudare because first letter having fatah and the last letter it is having dhamma. So it's a mudare majhul. So the mudare, sorry, it's a normal mudare, maruf. It's called maruf because the first letter shows you fatah and the last letter shows dhamma. Waw nun is a plural sign, we will leave it. So same way, having the fatah, having the dhamma, having the fatah, having the dhamma. So they all are the mudare, normal mudare. They are normal mudare is called maruf. Mudare maruf. What's called mudare? Mudare maruf. So this is mudare maruf. This is mudare maruf. This is mudare maruf. They are not the mudare maruf. This is majhul. Mudare majhul. And what is this? This we will learn in QC3. The reason of coming dhamma on a mudare. Apart from this mudare majhul, there are three more reasons of coming this dhamma that will you learn in the QC3. Here just you remember the mudare maruf and mudare majhul. Mudare maruf is that the first letter have fatha, the last letter has dhamma. Just like first letter fatha, the last letter dhamma. First letter fatha, the last letter dhamma. So that is mudare majhul. Also mudare maruf. Mudare majhul, it have a dhamma in the beginning and before the last letter have a fatha. That is the mudare majhul. So let's go for more example for both maruf and majhul. Nansakh. Nansakh, if you see, noon have fatha. Kha is showing not the dhamma, sakun. It is also mudare maruf because the dhamma has been removed due to some reason. Something when come before this, it replace the dhamma with sakun or with fatha. A'budu is a mudare maruf because first having fatha, the last having dhamma. Yuzabbihuna. Now yuzabbihuna is not a mudare maruf because the first letter is not showing fatha. And is it a majhul? Look the last letter. One is a plural sign. So last letter is ha. Before ha is ba. It's not showing the fatha. Yufa'alu. It's not showing the fa. So it's not showing the fatha on the before the last letter. So it's not what? Mudari majhul. Nusabbihu. Again the same way. Nusabbih. There is dhamma. Last letter dhamma. Before the last letter, ba does not showing the fatha. So it's not mudari majhul. Ansuru. It's a normal mudari because first letter showing fatha, the last dhamma, just like ta'lamuna, just like azkuru, just like a'budu, the same way ansuru. Taktumuna. It's showing the fatha and the last letter showing dhamma. One is a plural sign. So it's a normal mudari majhul. Mean the maruf. Nansuru. Again the mudare majhul. No, sorry, normal mudare maruf. So for the mudare maruf, we have the pattern. What is the pattern for mudare maruf? It is the first letter have fatha. The last letter should have dhamma. The mid letter may have the fatha, may have the kasra, may have the dhamma. So that is a normal. And what is the majhul? When the first letter have dhamma and before the last letter have a fatha, then it is majhul. This one is maruf. Mean normal, non. Maruf mean non, normal. And this is majhul. So this is the mudari majhul. There should be a dhamma, beginning dhamma. Before the last letter should have a fatha. While in maruf, the beginning should be with fatha, last letter should have a dhamma. And the before the letter may have dhamma, may have fatha, may have kasra, whatever they come, that doesn't matter. So distinguishes fatha and dhamma beginning. In fatha, maruf. If dhamma, then we have to see why dhamma. Is it a majhul? For the majhul, there is a second condition before the last letter should have fatha, then we say it's a majhul. Otherwise, that is not majhul. There are three more reasons of coming this dhamma, which you will study in QC. Here, so we had the concept of mudare maruf and mudare majhul. Let's to go for the question answer sessions. Istawqada nara. We kindled a fire, you kindled a fire, he kindled a fire, they kindled a fire. A, B, C, D. Istawqad nara, he kindled a fire. Okay. Example of a munafiq is like the one who kindled a fire, receive guidance, guide the people, follow truth, A, B, C, D. Example of a munafiq is like the one who kindled a fire. Summun mean blind, deaf, dumb, darkness. A, B, C, D. Summun mean deaf. Bukmun mean blind, deaf, dumb, darkness. A, B, C, D. Bukmun mean dumb. Umyun mean deaf, light, fire, blind. A, B, C, D. Umyun mean blind. Munafiqins are deaf, blind, dumb, good mannered. A, B, C, D. Munafiqins are deaf, blind, and dumb. They are not the good manner. Munafiqins did not accept the trust because of their love of this world, wrong desire, and jealousy. Three non-keys of Raja is Raje, Marju, Ruju. Fi'l Madi of Tatrukuna is Taraktun. Singular of Anwar is Nur. Akhazna mean we took. Hal amartum bil ma'ruf? The answer is nam amarna bil ma'ruf. Amartum change into amarna. Amarakumullah mean Allah ordered you all. Who mean you all. Wa yakhuzu sadaqati mean and he receives charities. Yamuruna mean they ordered or they will order. Yamurun is a mudare, so it's have a present and future, two possible answers. They took, they take. They take mean yakhuzuna is a mudare. Hal tamru bis salah, the answer will be nam amru bis salah. Tamru changes with amru. Hal hum akhizuna, nam hum akhizuna. When the huwa hum is in the question, the answer will have huwa hum, the same one. The three known keys of akhaza is akhiz, makhuz, akhaz. The three verb keys of amara is amara, yamuru, mur. The seven homework you know, two of tilawa and two of the study and listening of the fun or concise MP3 recording for word translation and grammar. And sixth is to talk with about your study partner every day, one ayah or three new words. And recite the different ayah or the surahs in the each rakah of the salah. You are remember chosen. Alhamdulillah, you completed QC1 and not doing the QC2. So always pray for yourself, Rabb discipline, and also pray for your postmate too. If you need any teaching material or any help, just visit this www.undergrad.com. That is the Dr. Abdul Aziz Abdul Rahim Academy site. You can get any help if you need there. May Allah help us to recite, understand, ponder, implement, propagate, and memorize the Quran. Subhanallahi wa bihamdihi. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu. Allahumma ighfir lana qabla al-maut warhamna inda al-maut wa la tu'azzibna ba'da al-maut wa la tuhasibna yawm al-qiyamah. Innaka ala kulli shay'in qadir. Allah Hafiz. If you people have any questions, your questions are welcome, please. Okay, if no question, let's to recite the supplications again. Subhanallah wa bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. اللهم اغفر لنا قبل الموت وارحمنا عند الموت ولا تعذبنا بعد الموت ولا تحاسبنا يوم القيامة إنك على كل شيء قدير. Allah Hafiz. See you tomorrow, inshallah.